Pattu from FreeFinCal. Good evening, everyone. Hope you had a good start to the week. In this video, let's talk about what is conflict of interest. Knowing this and understanding this can make a big difference in the way you manage your money, the way you take decisions, not just with regard to money, but with regard to everything in life. Now, a few years back, I took my mother to a doctor, and this doctor had prescribed 3 medicines. Let's call them A, B, and C. The brand names were A, B, and C. And after a month, we went for a review. He changed them to a D, E, and F. But then I went back home and searched for what those new medicines were. They were exactly the same as the generic medicine was exactly the same as the previous brands A, B, and C. But just the brand had changed. Why on earth would he? He said he's changing medicines. He has not changed medicines. He has just changed brands. The generic was just the same. What the actual course of medication was completely identical, and he kept doing that. And so when we went again to him one more time, and so I stopped going to him from that point on. That's exactly what conflict of interest is. I can't say all doctors, but many doctors are influenced by these pharma companies. You can see all these medical representatives with their huge bags waiting in the doctor clinics. They go tell them what are the new drugs and which are the ones they should be recommending from now on, and they go to these pharma company sponsored conferences and so on. So that is in essence conflict of interest, when the recommendations that you give or whatever you suggest are influenced by something else. Of course, in the concept of personal finance, conflict of interest should be clear. Every time you get a call from your bank relationship manager, that's an example of conflict of interest. The bank relationship manager will say it is a nice product for you, buy it, but he does not have your concern in mind. All he cares about is his job. He has to sell that many products. He has to meet targets. He has to make sure that the bank gets that much commissions and so on. I have a post on that. You can see that in the description box, why you should never talk to your bank relationship manager. So that's classic example of conflict of interest. That is when so there's something else that is driving the action, that not the person in front. I go to a person asking for advice, and the advice they give me is governed by the benefits and the perks they will get for giving that advice from somebody else. And that's exactly conflict of interest. You can see many examples of this in personal finance. Mutual fund distributors have conflict of interest because every time there is an NFO, there is a push from the AMCs to offer that NFO to investors, and they tend to sell more of equity than fixed income or debt funds because the commissions are more there. They do not suggest index funds because there is practically no commission for them. So the suggestions are decided by the quantum of commissions, and they will say keep your SIP going or start an SWP, start a STP or an SWP. You choose the dividend option. Practically every one of their investment decisions that they offer, which hopefully SEBI will one day stop and bar them from doing, are riddled with conflict of interest. And even direct portals, not just mutual fund distributors, any investment portal, for example, direct mutual fund portals, will they tell you to invest in fixed income or fixed deposits and recurring deposits? They will always say invest in this direct fund or that direct fund. That's a conflict of interest, right? When investment advice is governed by their own interests, that's not clean investment advice, and that's conflict of interest. No, so not just regular plan players have conflict of interest. Direct plan players also have conflict of interest, and this is something that as investors we must be able to understand. Insurance players will say ULIPs are better than mutual funds. They will say they're tax free. They will say this, that. They will not focus on the lock-in period. They will not focus on the fact that the investor gets trapped They will not tell you exactly how the unit linked part of the unit linked plan will work. They will not focus on all that. So they'll project what they want to project, and that's again a conflict of interest. AMCs, and we have reporters who are so brilliant. They'll go and talk to the AMC head and say, "Is alpha still possible in the in Indian market?" What will an AMC head say if you ask him or her, alpha is alpha or outperformance possible or not? Of course, they will say yes. They have to say yes because their profits depend on the very fact that they're selling investors the idea of outperformance. So what else will they answer? So that's what Warren Buffett meant by saying, "Don't ask a barber if you need a haircut." That's just an awesome comment, isn't it? So that's and the most I've been reading a lot about digital marketing and the way people sell affiliate products. You know what affiliate marketing is, right? So we've been talking about making money online and so on. I'm going to talk, I'll make a separate video on affiliate marketing, whether you can handle the whole idea of affiliate selling and so on. So in affiliate marketing, you become the sales guy. You say buy X product, and when people buy through your link with your code, they will get a cut of the profits. So that's how affiliate marketing works. But what happens is that today we are in such a in an era where people write Google optimized content, and they say free choices are bad, and they say it's a review, it's a product review. And how can an affiliate marketer write a review? It's just ridden with conflict of interest, right? Some people will do it right, but most of them, they say this is wrong, every other product is bad, and this is only great. Finally, that will be the kind of thing they'll push you towards clicking on their affiliate link and so on. Again, affiliate marketing is full of conflicts of interest. So this is something that we need to be really aware of when we talk to people. Even media reports, there are reports, they will say, direct mutual fund investors are suffering. They are not able to manage their portfolio. If you read that article, it will have quotes by regular plan distributors. What else will regular plan distributors say? That's just conflict of interest. When it comes to financial literacy, the segment in the country which first requires financial literacy is our financial reporters. They don't even know who to ask. They don't know what conflict of interest means. In the name of reporting and being neutral, they do silly things like this and write crap filled with conflict of interest. So please be aware. Always, when you read an article and when you see newspaper articles are meant to shock you. They will write headlines which say, "Oh, what? Let me click that." And so when you see an article with a shocking headline which kind of says something completely opposite to what you believe is right, the first thing you do is, before reading the article, find out who the author is. If the author has a conflict of interest, scroll past that article. In fact, I would strongly suggest don't read anything. It is not useful. Why do you want to keep hunting for information? Including my website of freefincal.com, do not read anything. It is not useful. Once you set up your money, you move on to something else. Because financial services, banking and financial services, they survive on conflict of interest. And it is in our for self-preservation that we need to be clear about it. There are two things I want to further clarify before I end this video. Conflict of interest is different from bias. I have a strong bias. For example, I will say, don't touch ULIPs, don't touch small finance banks. Some of my don't touch REITs. Some of my statements, many people say they are not fully informed and you should see all points of view. Why should I see all points of view? As an investor, my job is to keep my portfolio simple. I will not get into risks that I don't know. So in that sense, I have a very strong bias. I have a very strong personal bias about where I will invest, where I will put my money and where I will not put my money. And that personal bias carries forward in my articles. And I make it very clear to investors that it is, I will not put my money, therefore I cannot tell other people to put my money, put their money in it, sorry. So this is bias. I have no problem in saying I'm a biased investor. Unless I have bias, I will never be a proper investor. Otherwise, oh, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do this? I will always be thinking that, taking no action. Unless you are biased, you cannot act in life, especially when it comes to DIY investing. So I'm very proud to say that I'm biased, but I have no conflict of interests. And there's another argument when I started promoting fee only financial planners who do not have any conflict of interest because they are working only for you if you pay them the fee. There's a argument that said how fee only does not mean there is competence. Of course, conflict. When there is no conflict of interest, that does not mean there is there is a competence there. A fee only financial advisor need not be competent at all. That is a problem, but that is something that you will have to figure out. That's a chance that you have to take, and that's a chance anyway you have to take with a mutual fund distributor or insurance guy or whoever it is. So there is I think there's no issue there, but please be aware of conflict of interest. I think it's important. Many people do not do that. They say my bank relationship manager called me and said call me and showed me this product brochure. Can I buy? What kind of stupid question is that? Are you that dumb? I mean, do you think you're really that big? So just because they say they call you your relationship manager, you suddenly become, oh, I feel so self-important. Oh, I've gotten to the next level in life. I now have a relationship manager. What nonsense! That's just the way they con you and make suckers out of you. Don't go to a bank. Don't talk to a mutual fund distributor. Don't read articles written by mutual fund distributors and insurance sales guys. They're all full of conflict of interest. So that's what I wanted to say. If you have, if you want to disagree, go ahead and disagree in the comment section. As always, let me know what videos you want to watch. I have some plans, exciting plans coming up for the summer, and I'll catch you in another video. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.